Protect your car with 3W Liners all-weather floor mats. Made from durable materials like TPE and rubber, our mats are designed to withstand rain, snow, and mud with deep grooves to trap dirt and liquids. For a custom fit and advanced protection, visit 3W Liners. That's the number 3, WLINERS.com today. At Acasis, innovation drives us. Since 2008, we've been creating cutting-edge technology products that make your life easier. With a focus on performance, design, and customer service, we're here to help you work smarter, not harder. Join us on our journey to simplify your world. Visit Acasis.com today. That's ACASIS.com today.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com. Unlock a world of convenience with Mully Box, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. From gourmet snacks to unique finds, each box is tailored to your tastes. Experience the joy of surprises. Subscribe today at mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com. We are Rogue Media Sports.
Hey, it is the Cam Show on Rogue Media Sports Network on this Thursday. I'm your host, Cam Stewart, coming to you live on YouTube, just like we do, high noon Eastern time. every weekday on this great network, following up the terrific work of the one and only Pete Souza, often imitated, never duplicated. We bring you the Boston Sports. I think that should be the new tagline. We bring you the Boston Sports. Again, I'm Kim Stewart, Zach Burke, keeping us on the air. Today, we are talking about the awful report card that the New England Patriots got, and the very last thing they needed before we enter into free agency. We'll also take a look at this glowing piece by Jeff Passan, the number one voice in baseball media these days, talking about this great prospect pool that the Red Sox have. In fact, calling it generational, the hitters that they're about to bring into the major leagues. And we will also remember the GOAT of acting, Gene Hackman, who died today. Zach and I will be talking about that a little bit later on in the show as well. It's all coming up here on the Cam Show. I want to take you guys back, because we've all had this. Do you remember a time in your life where you just had a bad report card? Back when it used to come on, pieces of paper rather than just all online. And you would just do anything for your parents to not see that report card, like putting it away and knowing that it's inevitable, but you're a kid and you're like, God, I'll do anything for them to not see this. I know I had some of those. We all did. The Patriots do too. But it's not a piece of paper. Everyone in the league knows how bad the Patriots organization is right now after the NFLPA survey report card came out yesterday, and the Patriots ranked as a franchise 31st in the National Football League. Now, that wouldn't be too bad if there were like 60 franchises in the NFL, but there's only 32. Shit out of luck, Patriots. You suck. And this is all mostly, workplace stuff. It's a union report card. So it's the Players Association workplace stuff. That's facilities, travel, treatment of families. There is one that's kind of a commitment to winning. But it's mostly that kind of thing. Not that makes it any better, but that's kind of what you're looking at with this report card. And when it comes to the commitment to winning category, the Patriots ranked 30th out of 32. 30th. And the only two owners behind Robert Kraft in terms of their commitment to winning in the NFL right now are Woody Johnson and David Tepper. This is an owner in Robert Kraft who has been vying to get in the Pro Football Hall of Fame for years now. And he probably should be in the Hall of Fame. But it's tough for me or the NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame to hear your Hall of Fame case when the company you're running with right now is Woody Johnson and David Tepper. The two most reviled owners in the league. They're the only ones with a worse commitment to winning than you. The Patriots, my God, how they have fallen. Like we've seen it on the field. But in a fairly short amount of time, long time for those of us who watch every game, but 5 years, they've gone from the model franchise in all of sports to the second worst franchise in their own league, according to the players of that league. How embarrassing can you be? What an awful, awful, awful look for this franchise. And if you break it down, there's nothing good about this. They were bottom 4 in 4 categories. Bottom 4 of the teams in the entire league. 29th or worse in 4 of these categories on the report card. And you remember last year? Last year, the report card wasn't very good either. Remember that? Treatment of families was 32nd. It was an F-. Well, they greatly improved on that this year. They're 18th. C+. Congrats. Everything else, awful. So treatment of families, C+. Food, C. Nutritionist, dietitian, B. Locker room, C-. Training room, C-. Training staff, C+. Weight room, F. Strength coaches, B. Team travel, F. Ownership, D. That's my Hall of Fame owner getting a D from his own players? Oh, talk about model franchise. Those days are so long gone. And I'll note here before I get into the rest of this that the results of this report card doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, this team rated out the best on the report card. That's because they're a great team. The Falcons are third. Okay, the Dolphins are first, right? So it doesn't automatically correlate to that. The Bills are somewhere like in the middle. Okay, the Ravens, one of the model franchises in the league, 13th. Nothing spectacular, but still, the fact that you can put out this product the last few years, win 8 games in 2 years, and not even have good facilities, not even have a daycare facility for your players' kids on game days, this is where it's just horrible optics, horrible. And the travel needs more here. They're an F in travel with the aircraft. You remember how big a deal that was? The Patriots have their own planes now, and it's got all the decals on the side. Bob Kraft is lending it out to, human rights organizations and all this stuff. It's such a great thing. It was revolutionizing the league that the Patriots have their own plane. Except for the fact that the players complain it's not big enough. There's no Wi-Fi, and the armrests have goddamn ashtrays on them like it's 1987. When was the last time a plane was built with the idea of smoking in your seat? Spirit doesn't have that. Spirit does have Wi-Fi. You could buy a ticket to get on a plane for the Patriots' next destination from Boston to Indianapolis or Atlanta or whatever and get a Spirit Airlines flight for $80 and travel just as well, if not better, than the team is. Like, how embarrassing is that? You can't even travel right, let alone win football games. I mean, come on, man. The simplest of shit. And we haven't even gotten to the most embarrassing part here. Because this next one I'm going to tell you does shed a light on, hey, take it with a grain of salt to some extent. It's the players who are deciding on this. Some of them have not played for other organizations, don't know how it works for other organizations, but still, the highest grade the Patriots got on the report card was a B+. They got a B+ for head coach. The highest grade they got on the report card was for their head coach, the one they fired last month. And look, I agreed with the firing. I still do. But this just goes to show how bad this thing is. That the head coach that was way in over his head, that other players were complaining about, was playing cards with them on the team plane. Don't know how they managed that. Don't know how they managed to add the room to do that, but they were certainly doing that because there was no Wi-Fi on the plane. Those were the ones who were like, yeah, that was the best part of all of this. I'll bet it was the card players who just gave him A+, and the veterans on the team were like, this is a joke, and gave him a D, and then all of a sudden you work in there for a B+ for head coach. I don't know if this could have looked any worse for the Patriots. I mean, they could have finished 32nd, But like the Arizona Cardinals, that's like barely a franchise. There's I know they've been around a long time, but there's no tradition. There's no legacy. There's no huge hope for them, right? There's no great fan base. There's no huge branding. They're just there. And the Patriots are only one spot ahead of them. Which means they're not as good a franchise right now, according to the Players Union, as the Carolina Panthers, the Cleveland Browns, the New York Jets. The one thing that the Patriots could have been somewhat happy about is that they have a better future than the Jets. But right now, they're in the same circles. They're at the same craps table. They're right there with the Jets. The team, the franchise that you eviscerated for 25 years. You're right there with them. In short order, you fell right down with the rest of the pack. Again, worth noting the Chiefs' numbers aren't that great either in terms of their facilities and such, and the Patriots are getting new facilities in 2026. But could you have asked for a worse thing to come to light a couple days before NFL free agency starts? Anything? Anything worse than that? With your $120 million in cap space and you got to try to attract anybody to come and play here and you get an F on your report card? How are you going to expect anyone to come here? And what I'm seriously wondering is this is a franchise in the New England Patriots that is on the Forbes list as the third most valuable franchise in the league. Cowboys always going to be number one, most valuable in the world, and they have their own issues. But the Patriots, third most valuable franchise in the league. And yeah, as a fan, you have to sit there and wonder, where the hell is the money going? It's not going to the product on the field. It's not going to the coaches because they can't hire good ones before Vrabel. It's not going to the facilities. It's not going to the team plane. It's not going to their travel itinerary. Where the fuck is the money going? I think that's worth a serious question here. And the way the Kraft family has lost so much banked credit over the last 3 seasons is incredible. You can't sneak one past us. We're going to ask the questions. This is not California where they say, oh, well, we had a pretty good run. This was really nice. You know, if Steph Curry and the Warriors were based in Boston, they'd be like, trade his ass and let's rebuild this thing. You can't sneak this past us. Where the hell is the money going? It sure as shit better be going to some good free agents this year. But look what they're walking into. Like, they know this is not good. They knew it was not good. Now they know it's horrible. Deplorable, even. You're a team in the middle of nowhere, South Coast, Massachusetts, with an owner who's going to hug you and kiss you, but probably isn't going to pay you. Not going to have, a daycare facility for your kids. The worst weight room and training facilities in the league. And oh yeah, by the way, you've won 8 games in the last 2 years. Who on earth wants to go there? Drake May, save us all, please. I mean, just like it couldn't get any worse than that, man. And like, honestly, as we sit here in 2025, it's put up or shut up time for the Crafts. And that's amazing to say after the 20-year run that they had. And I still think Bob Kraft should be in the Hall of Fame based on the other owners that are in the Hall of Fame and based on what he's done in that 20-year span. But, you're George Seiferding right now. George Seifert's the only guy who coached his way out of the Hall of Fame with that dreadful Panther stint. That's what the Patriots are going through right now. Like, Bob Kraft is just digging himself a hole. No wonder he's going on these media campaigns to get in the Hall of Fame. He knows his time is running out. Everyone's going to remember these last few years now. And their report cards and the product on the field, which is, I say it doesn't match up exactly apples to apples for all these teams. But this report card is reflective of the team you have out there on the field right now. And what it is a goddamn embarrassment. They're not even a shadow of the franchise they used to be. Again, this was the model for all the 4 major sports. And now they're one of the worst in their own league. Holding court with the fucking Browns and the Jets and the Cardinals and the Panthers. Just what in the hell happened, man? What in the hell happened? So this is what I find fascinating is people will argue to death, Belichick or Brady, who had more of an impact on that dynasty. Are you shitting me? When they both leave, they're among the worst franchises in the sport. Clearly, it took more than one of those guys, okay? They went from laughingstock of the league to the greatest dynasty in the history of sports, back to the laughingstock of the league. It was not one of those guys. It was both being the greatest at what they have done. That's what it takes for the Patriots to be good. Oh, Drake May, Mike Vrabel, save us. Please, God, save us. Oh, what an embarrassment, man. Going from a Hall of Fame campaign to being the leader of a worse franchise than Woody Johnson. Woody Johnson's a joke, a punchline in this league. And the players think he's a better owner than you are. Got a D plus, maybe. Maybe next year that's where Bob Kraft can get D plus. Bottom 4 in the league in 4 of those categories. And it's not like, the Chiefs being like 16th or whatever, they don't give a shit. They laugh all the way to the bank. The best team in football. But when you're one of these teams that's at the bottom of all these lists and you suck, I don't know where you go. 30th in commitment to winning. And yet the worst thing they did this year was win their last game. Maybe that works against them in commitment to winning because that was such a short-term one fucking win instead of having the number 1 pick in the draft. And now you're not going to get Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. Congrats. Commitment to winning that one game screwed you. Maybe that's why they're 30th. Give me a break. Is it so much to ask that in a 32-team league that our team ranks somewhere in the 20s? And not the 30s? Am I asking for too much? Am I too spoiled a Patriots fan to want them to not be the worst fucking franchise in the league? The Arizona Cardinals shouldn't even count. If you took a casual NFL fan and have them name 32 teams, I don't even think they'd come up with the Cardinals. I think my dog could get half of them. Not coming up with the Cardinals. Certainly my girlfriend who doesn't watch a single goddamn game all year. She didn't know the Arizona Cardinals exist. And yet they're right there with the Patriots. What a joke. What a joke of a franchise it is right now. And I'm telling you, you would have been better off with some sort of explosion inside Gillette Stadium before free agency than whatever this is. This is worse. This is a worse look for your team. And it's an awful, awful look for an ownership family that was worshipped, revered, beloved in this region. And certainly there is still some love there, but this is a masterclass on how to tear down a reputation in the National Football League. A masterclass. Within 4 years of winning your 6th Super Bowl, you were voted one of the worst franchises in the league, and then did it the next 2 years after that. Oh, man. To the point where we're saying the Red Sox are a better organization. And that they are. And the national media is starting to take notice of what the Red Sox are about to do to Major League Baseball. They are bringing up one of the great generational talent prospect pools that none of that even made sense, but it's all good, that they've ever had is about to hit the major leagues in 2025. We'll talk about that next on the Cam Show.
Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internix. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit internxt.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today. Elevate your experience with Grenco Science, the leaders in cutting-edge vaporizers. Whether you're at home or on the go, our sleek, powerful devices deliver smooth, consistent hits every time. Quality you can trust, innovation you can feel. Grenco Science. Take your vapor game to the next level. Visit us at GrencoScience.com. At Terrapin Ridge Farms, they believe in the joy of effortless entertaining. Inspired by CEO Mary O'Donnell's mom and her legendary holiday parties, they've crafted a line of gourmet foods that turn any meal into a celebration. From savory jams to mustards, aiolis, and more, their products are made with love, bringing unforgettable flavors to your table. Whether it's a casual get-together or a special occasion, they make it easy to impress. Terrapin Ridge Farms, where great food and great memories come together. Visit them at terrapinridge.com. Terrapin Ridge.
Do you ever have a story that you just can't get out of your head?
One that you play the details of over and over with your friends?
Well, you've come to the right place. I'm Claire.
And I'm Susan.
And this is Justice Pending,
a weekly true crime podcast where we discuss tantalizing crimes with more questions than answers.
Thanks for joining us.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Combine that with OrganicHemp.com's top quality CBD for ultimate balance. Start your healing journey today at GlobalHealing.com and OrganicHemp.com.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
It all began with a simple idea, cutting handles off old ski sticks to create better pull-up bars. This sparked the creation of the revolutionary Angles 90 handles. After testing over 70 prototypes with 300 athletes, our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Angles90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Ready to bring your vision to life? At Small Rig, every idea, design, and product is inspired by you, the creator. With our industry-first under co-design mode and the Dream Rig free customization project, we unite with global creators to turn big dreams into reality. Whether it's a cage rig or mount, Small Rig's versatile gear is built to elevate your craft. Small Rig, where your creativity meets our innovation. Go to smallrig.com.
Unlock a world of convenience with Mully Box, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. Each box is tailored to your tastes. Experience the joy of surprises. Subscribe today at mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com.
Oh, we are back on the Cam Show on this Thursday, and I swear to fuck, guys, I've been a day behind this whole week. I don't like when people are like, "Oh my gosh, I thought it was Friday," but like genuinely, this whole week I've been a day behind. I thought Monday was Tuesday. I think I said it accidentally on the show, and now I feel like Friday. I'm fucking not. I'm becoming the exact thing I hated. As are the Patriots. The Patriots are becoming the exact thing I hated, which we talked about last segment. We'll talk about Gene Hackman in the next segment with Zach. I don't know if he even knows it, but we will. But now I got to talk Red Sox because that's the team that is fucking uniting this town right now. Okay. Zach is ready to talk Gene Hackman next segment. He's probably going to be like, yeah, the replacements. Love it. That's nothing wrong with that, actually. But the Red Sox are now the talk of the town. Like that's the team that's about to take off next. The Bruins are heading the wrong direction. The Patriots have all kinds of work to do. And I guess the Celtics are pretty good. But Jeff Passan wrote this big time article yesterday that is going to give the Red Sox fans all kinds of butterflies going into this season, if I may. Inside the batting cages at the Boston Red Sox's spring training complex, where the future of hitting is playing out in real time, the best trio of position prospects in a generation blossomed. Here we go. Get ready for the hype train if you haven't already. This is a prospect pool so good that they were nicknamed the Big Three until one of them was traded and they brought in an even more ready major leaguer. Okay, the Big Three was Roman Anthony, Marcelo Meyer, and Kyle Teal. They trade Teal for Garrett Crochet, and Christian Campbell slots right in there with the Big Three as the guy who's probably going to make the major leagues the first out of all three of them. It is the best prospect pool they've had in a long time in terms of these guys who are coming up at the same time, right? Because there was all kinds of hype for Bogarts, Bradley, and Betts and Benintendi, but those guys come up over a 4-season span, right? Like Bogarts comes in the 13 in the summer and is big in the World Series. Bradley's 14, Betts is the middle of 14, Benintendi is the middle of 16. So this is happening over a span of 4 years. These three guys, there's a world where all three of these guys are playing some time with the Boston Red Sox this year. And the buzz, still with a ways to go here, a month to go, the buzz is that Christian Campbell will probably make the opening day roster. They love him that much. And I have not been excited about this kind of talent pool for the Red Sox in almost a decade here. And you want to talk about the way the Patriots have dropped from the model franchise to one of the worst in the league. How about the Red Sox farm system from a couple of years ago being bare bones after the Dave Dombrowski thing? You knew that's what you were getting into. You got a World Series out of it. Like, that's how it works with Dave Dombrowski. And now you've built it back up. You have the number one farm system in baseball. Thank you, Chaim Bloom, by the way, because these are all Chaim Bloom guys. And each of their stories is pretty incredible in terms of how the Red Sox got them. Marcelo Meyer picked 4th, I want to say that was, in 2021. Remember, it was the two Vanderbilt pitchers, Kumar Rocker and Jack Leiter. And the Rangers took Leiter at 3. And I remember where I was. I was in Odessa, Texas. I was at an ice cream shop, and I saw it come across on my phone, and I was in the bathroom, and I literally, out audible, just shit. We missed Jack Leiter. I was so in on Jack Leiter. And so instead, at the number 4 pick, they drafted a guy who some people thought would go number 1, high school shortstop, Marcelo Meyer. Then Roman Anthony in 22-23 gets picked in the 2nd round. And remember, he's committed to Ole Miss, so they give him $2.5 million for the signing bonus, 3 times the slot value after he drops into the 2nd round, just so he won't go to college. Now he's the top prospect in baseball. Christian Campbell, 4th round pick. Guys were turned off by him. Weird swing. Still is kind of a weird swing. Controlled aggression. Weirdly violent. How did the Red Sox get that pick? You guessed it. Xander Bogaerts. I don't know if you guessed it or not. But everyone couldn't believe they let Xander Bogaerts walk. I was like the only one who was like, yeah, okay. You know, it's Xander Bogaerts walk, whatever. I mean, it was like a national tragedy within Red Sox Nation that Xander Bogaerts walked for, you know, a 9 or 10-year contract, whatever the hell it was, to go to San Diego and play till he was 40. You got a comp pick out of that. And you got your second baseman of the future in Christian Campbell, a guy who is now the model prospect in an organization that has the number 1 prospect in baseball, and another guy who's picked in the top 5. Great article by Passon breaking down what happens in Cage 4. And you hear from Chris Stasio in it, director of Red Sox player development, who's been just really in tune with handling these guys. And it's fascinating if you're a baseball wonk like me, where they talk about, you know, the size of the bats that they use. They use skinny bats. They use smaller bats. And that's to, you know, get get more barreled. And so their whole philosophy is the bat is supposed to do the work, not the player. And so they go through this batting cage and all the technology they have in it and how they can replicate pitches that would come from Garrett Cole and add a few ticks to them. And these guys, they just talk shit to each other the whole time. These three guys, they're just shit talkers. One of them said Marcelo Meyer talks shit 25-8, like just all the time. It's really fascinating to hear the science of it, of how they break it down. And at one point, Dwight Evans is in the article saying, he's like, I see these guys and you couldn't tell me that they haven't played in the majors. They look like they've played in the majors for 10 years. They just understand so much of what's going on here. Dwight Evans is like, I'm not a huge like science analytics guy. It's just before my or after my time. But they get it. They understand what it takes to be a hitter at this level. And so like all this, it's just Red Sox porn right now, like people talking about these prospects, and the passing story is really good. And I would argue that Alex Spear had an even better one yesterday for the Boston Globe, talking about the work these guys have put in, and specifically Christian Campbell. Okay, it's a great story where the Red Sox offer this every offseason. Hey, if you want to come down after the minor league season is over, so early to mid-September, till the MLB dead period, which is mid-November, you can come down to Fort Myers. We'll give you housing. We'll give you a stipend, and you'll work with our coaches. And we'll work with you every day. We'll make you better. And they said 2 years ago that it was pulling teeth to get guys down there. They couldn't get guys to give up their quote-unquote off-season to come down there and work out. But Christian Campbell did. And he was there the whole time and then went back early for spring training. And his peers, his teammates saw how improved he was last year, that this year, this offseason, they had to cap it at 50 players because everyone wanted to go down and they wanted to make sure everyone had the right coaching, the right one-on-one coaching. It's fascinating, the work that these kids have put in, that they're not just coasting on, I'm Roman Anthony, $2.5 million signing bonus. Marcelo Meyer picked in the top 5. Christian Campbell, I hit 380 in college in the ACC. They're not coasting on that. And you have a guy in Christian Campbell who does have a weird swing, but guess what? It produces like all get out, okay? Because the numbers that impress these guys so much that everyone wanted to go down to Fort Myers and give up their quote-unquote offseason. I'll just read this. This is incredible. Christian Campbell's season last year that we got to kind of follow in real time. When last winter's offseason sessions ended, the Red Sox were hopeful that it would translate into a breakout season for Campbell. Even they could not have predicted what transpired in the ensuing months. Campbell said he came into 2024 hoping to hit 5 home runs, one more than his lone college season. He started the season, and this is, again, a 4th-round pick. So nobody's expecting him to break out like full year 1 in the majors. Nobody, okay? He started the season in high A and hit his 5th home run on May 9th. Less than a month later, with 3 more homers on the ledger, he ascended to Double A, Portland, where he spent 2 months and whacked 8 more homers. Then he was promoted to Worcester in Triple A for the final month and added another 4 homers, finishing the season hitting .330 and slashing .439, .558 with 20 homers, 24 stolen bases, 74 walks, 100 strikeouts, and 517 plate appearances. He played himself in one season into the Red Sox top prospect, and the Red Sox also have the top prospect in baseball. And they're 2 different people. Like the one who has played 1 year of full minor league ball is probably going to make the opening day major league roster if you don't ask Tristan Casas. And they also have the number 1 prospect in baseball, and that doesn't include the top 5 pick. And some of the guys at the lower levels that they still really like. Tip of the cap to Chaim Bloom. I don't know if Craig Breslow can do this. Don't know. Thought they got rid of Chaim Bloom too quickly, to be totally honest with you. And the fruits of Chaim Bloom's labor are about to blossom into full spring in the Red Sox season. I talked about it the other day, looking at their projected lineup, which does not have any of these 3 guys. And I love it. Like, I love the structure of their lineup. It shouldn't be giving me this vibe, but I'm getting a 2016 vibe. It shouldn't, because they're not the same at all. Like 2016, you were coming off a last place season. You had some real boppers already in that lineup. And the Red Sox have some good hitters in there, but not the way they had, Ortiz and top of his game, Hanley Ramirez and Mookie Betts as winning the MVP. Not that, right? But then that 16 season, we saw the full blossoming of Mookie Betts. We saw a great Xander Bogaerts half season. We saw a great 2 months from Bradley. We saw Benintendi come up and knock the cover off the ball. And I don't know how much we're going to see of that this year, but this feels like a team that should be competing for the playoffs. And they don't even, like, the future of their franchise is still in the minor leagues. So Lord knows I'm ready to get hurt again, because I am bought in hook, line, and sinker with this Boston Red Sox team in 2025. I can't help it. I'm mentally ill, and here I am again. It's awesome that the national media is starting to pay attention to this. And I mean, again, it's worth noting, whatever you think of Passan, nerdy, whatever. Like, Passan is the leading voice in baseball media right now. Not even close. And he's talking about this being the best prospect trio, hitting prospect trio in a generation in Major League Baseball. He brings up some of the other ones, that great Brewers one, which had Hardy, Fielder, and Ricky Weeks. The Arizona one that had Carlos Gonzalez before he got traded. There's a couple that he mentions in there, but these guys are right there. And so you're in a good spot with the Major League roster right now, and you're about to bring up the best trio of hitting prospects you've had in a long time. Get the duck boats ready. I can't wait for this. I cannot wait for this Red Sox season. Whew. Let me know what you guys think. I'd love to know down in the comments below what you think of this trio and how it's going to come together, because I haven't been this excited about a Red Sox season in a while, since probably 2018, the last time they won the World Series. So do with that what you may. Oh, man. One of the absolute Hollywood goats has left us. Zach Burke and I, we're going to talk some Gene Hackman coming up next on The Camp Show.
Protect your car with 3W Liners all-weather floor mats. Made from durable materials like TPE and rubber, our mats are designed to withstand rain, snow, and mud with deep grooves to trap dirt and liquids. For a custom fit and advanced protection, visit 3W Liners. That's the number 3, WLINERS.com today. At 25 Home, our ultimate goal is to provide you with a transformative experience, making each day feel like it has an extra hour. We believe your home is more than just a space, it's a sanctuary where comfort, relaxation, and happiness thrive. Discover the difference at 25 Home today. Shop now at 25home.com.
I need to get real excited.
Sure.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Sheridan Vasquez, and this is Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions. And I will be interviewing some of your favorite musicians and maybe some you've never heard before. Join me on Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions for something new every time. You can find Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions anywhere you get your podcasts or at roguemediamusic.com. Yeehaw. And keep the music playing.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Yeah.
Get paid faster with Bill, the easiest way to send, receive, and manage your payments. No more delays, no more hassle. Whether you're a freelancer or a business, Bill makes payments seamless and secure, simple, fast, and reliable. Sign up today at Bill.com. Turn your passion into profit? With Blogify, creating a blog has never been easier. Build, customize, and grow your site with powerful tools designed for beginners and pros alike. Start sharing your story today and watch your audience grow with Blogify. Visit blogify.ai today for a free 3-day trial. That's Blogify, Blogify.ai today.
Overwhelmed by your inbox? Clean Email is here to help. Organize, clean, and manage your emails with powerful automation tools. Say goodbye to spam and clutter and enjoy a stress-free inbox. Try Clean Email today at cleanemail.com. That's CLEAN email.com. Stay connected no matter where you are with eSIM-X. Say goodbye to expensive roaming charges and physical SIM cards. With access to over 200 global carriers, we make mobile connectivity seamless and affordable for travelers worldwide. Join the future of communication today at esimx.com. That's ESIMX.com.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
Easy Sun has been living fearlessly under the sun since 2016. Born from sailors' need for convenient sun protection, our mineral sunscreen is crafted with natural ingredients offering broad spectrum protection against UVA and UVB rays. Safe for your skin and the environment, stay protected on the go with Easy Sun, your ultimate sun care solution. Visit EasySun.com today. That's EEZYSUN.com.
We are back. It is the Cam Show. Ooh, I'm getting a big echo there. Anyway, it is the Cam Show, Rogue Media Sports Network. Cam Stewart here with you. How about now?
Are you still getting an echo?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know what that would be.
Me neither.
I don't hear it in mine.
Do you need me to keep talking? Do you need me to A, B, C, D?
Like is the echo from you or from me?
I don't know. Like I'm hearing it in my headphones. No, it's the same.
Then I haven't done anything on my end.
No, I can't help but think this is your fault.
It probably is, but I mean, it didn't do it when if I exit.
Yep, he's exited. Oh man, couldn't handle the heat. Couldn't handle the heat that comes with the Cam Show.
Did it go away?
Yeah, no, it's back. Maybe it doesn't show up in post. Maybe we don't even hear it.
Maybe. You know what I'll do? I am recording audio now too. So if it does record in post, we have clean audio from the board here. So there we go.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. So Zach, I want to bring you in here because you're something of a movie fan too.
A little bit. I was a bit offended by what you said last segment, but I'll keep that to myself.
Hold on to it. We'll talk about it. So honestly, someone who I would consider maybe literally the greatest actor of all time, Gene Hackman, died this morning. Last night. Kind of a weird story here. His wife, who's 30 years younger than him, and the dog all died. And that was part of the report. So I'm guessing it has to be like a carbon monoxide thing.
That's what I was thinking too, then maybe.
I don't think it's a Chris Benoit deal and they took out the dog.
Yeah. No,
I doubt that.
No, I don't think that's the case.
So I'm guessing that's what it is, which is wild. I mean, the guy was 95.
Oh.
So to hear a 95-year-old guy. Seriously? All of it?
There you go. You're back now. Okay.
To hear a 95-year-old guy die from unnatural causes is just, it's odd. It's weird.
Is. Very much so.
But anyway, I mean, he was really old. And I am such a big Gene Hackman fan. I mean, you'll look up and down the filmography. I just love that he was never because I understand if you want to put an argument for the Pacinos of the world, the De Niro's, Marlon Brando's is the greatest actors ever. Denzel would get some shout in there too. And they're all great. Daniel Day-Lewis, they're all great. Well, Zach didn't like the last one, but all great actors. But Gene Hackman was able to stay within himself the whole time. He was able to just play subtle characters all the time. He did movies that didn't make sense. Like why on earth was Gene Hackman doing Hoosiers? I don't know, but it was fucking great. And he was awesome in it. And it's got to be up there as one of the movies he's most known for because of how broad an audience it got. Just one of one Gene Hackman, dude. I find this fascinating do you ever hear about Gene Hackman's beginnings?
No, not really.
His life story is pretty amazing.
The Gene Hackman story that I know most of is the Superman one, but I'll let you tell this one.
So he moves around a lot as a kid. His dad leaves the family when he's a teenager. Hackman, at age 16, enlists in the Marines and is off. And when he comes back, I think he gets like a journalism degree, I want to say, but he really wants to act. And he goes to this acting school in New York. He was actually out here in Illinois most of his childhood. And he befriends a couple of guys there. They live together. It's him and two other actors. And at least two of them don't get invited back, maybe even all three. Like literally they say, you're not good enough. We don't want you to come back to this acting school as like 27-year-old. He lived in New York City at the time with Robert Duvall and Dustin Hoffman. And at least he and Hoffman were not invited back. I'm not sure about Duvall. Think about that.
That's funny.
That's incredible. That's unbelievable. That's like 3 of the top 10 or 15 actors ever to fucking act living together. And at least two of them were not deemed good enough for whatever shit-stained school this is. And obviously, you kind of know the filmography. He's got, French Connection and The Conversation, which I think is one of the great underrated movies of all time. Hoosiers, Unforgiven, Bonnie and Clyde. What was the one in Alaska? Welcome to.
Oh, yeah. What was the name of that one?
He's in the Royal.
He is in the Royal Tenenbaums. Another one that I saw, because this morning when I woke up to the news, I don't know if you do this, and maybe it's just me. I always get very sentimental really quickly. So I watched Gene Hackman clips this morning.
I watched a great montage this morning. I put it on my Instagram story.
Oh yeah. So I watched some clips from Hoosiers. I got the whole, God wants you out on the floor. And, where he's like, where do you think you're going? Well, we need 5. No. Get back. Yeah.
It's such a, by the way, it's such a schmaltzy movie, right? We said that about Hoosiers. It's the best at it, but he just plays it so damn perfectly.
He does.
Perfectly.
And then I thought of, oh yeah, he's in Young Frankenstein. That's another thing. He just has he's like the monk in that. Yeah. Or then I watched some of,
I think that's the same year, maybe the year before, The French Connection, which I always find fascinating when actors or directors, I'm like, God damn, he was doing this the same year he did this. The Friends of Eddie Coyle is my favorite Boston movie. And the guy who, I can't remember his name, the guy who plays Mo Green is in it. So I'm like, wow, the next year he's in Godfather 2. It's incredible. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. But then I watched some of you want to talk about a guy who can just easily take over a scene. I watched some from Mississippi is Burning.
Oh,
that he's so good in.
He's
the shaving scene. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Because it's just a great scene in general. And then I even, because I'm a very nerdy guy, I think of the Richard Donner Superman movies where he played Lex Luthor and just plays it up so hammy in a way at times, but also then so he's perfect at it. But it does remind me then of one of my stories of Gene Hackman I always liked hearing that Richard Donner tells, where when he showed up to play Lex Luthor, who is notoriously just a bald man with no facial hair, Gene Hackman refused to shave his head and shave his mustache. So Donner's working with him and is like, all right, here's what we'll do. We'll bald cap you up and then you'll wear wigs kind of thing. So then when it's revealed, you never have to shave your head. They find a way to work around it. But then he's like, he goes, but you have to meet me on the mustache. And he's like, no, I'm not going to shave my mustache. And so Richard Donner tells him, this is the way he tells the story. He's like, I tell him, all right, I'll shave mine if you shave yours. We'll just do it like this. He's like, why should I? He's like, I'll put something online then too. It's just facial hair. It's not that big of a deal. Let's do it. And Hackman's like, okay, fine. If you shave yours, yeah, that's fine. And he goes, all right, but I want you to do it now. I'm the director of this film. Let's do it now. I don't want you to back out on this. And he calls the prop guy over and Hackman sits down and he sits there and he shaves him right there. And then Hackman goes, all right, you sit down now and you do it. And Donner sits there and grabs it and pulls it off and reveals it was a fake mustache.
That's really good.
It is. And Donner says that Hackman's neck just grew a couple inches and that he was afraid that he was about to just sit there and just push him through the window, just so pissed. And then after about a couple moments of just awkward silence, he just kind of grins and laughs a little bit and goes, all right, I see how this movie's going to be. And Donner says he was the easiest guy to work with the rest of the movie. He would come and give him, and it was just a doll. Like that moment, he was like, okay. But so that's the Gene Hackman.
The two things that come with every Gene Hackman story in terms of like directors and fellow actors, the two things that always come up are super easy to work with, like great guy. And that's what's, I think, really cool about, that's why Hackman never really gets over the top, because he really molds himself to every character. I don't want to sound too douchey here, but like,
no, but I get what you're saying.
Al Pacino, like, he's gonna yell, like he's gonna have a monologue where he's screaming, and like it's probably gonna be really good. But you know what I mean? It's what you're getting into, and that's the Jack Nicholson's character is gonna be a little bit off. There's gonna be a little mystery to him, right? Denzel is gonna be really composed and also intense. You know what I mean? But with Gene Hackman, it's like you're gonna get what the character calls for. And the other thing that comes out all the time, and specifically, I remember Barbara Hershey saying this in Hoosiers was. And a couple other actors have said it as well. I forgot we were acting when I was working with Gene Hackman. And like, that fucking rocks, man. Like that's so sick. And I just looked up his Academy Awards, did not get nominated for enough, but that's, whatever. Got nominated for 5, won 2, nominated for Bonnie and Clyde, and I Never Sang to My Father for Best Supporting Actor, nominated for Best Actor in Mississippi Burning, and 1 for Best Actor in French Connection, and 1 for Best Supporting Actor in Unforgiven.
Unforgiven.
Oh, fantastic movie. That obviously won Best Picture as well. The filmography is just incredible. And I mean, he did some that like didn't do anything. Like in French Connection 2 kind of stunk for me anyway. But I mean, just Bonnie and Clyde, French Connection, The Poseidon Adventure, which was a bomb. The Conversation, Young Frankenstein, both same year, by the way. French Connection 2, A Bridge Too Far, Superman and Superman 2, Under Fire, Eureka. He was in that. For everyone, remember Superman 4, The Quest for Peace?
Yeah,
as Lex Luthor and voice of Nuclear Man.
Dude, that was one I feel
The Replacements.
There it is. That's the one when you were like,
Tide, Get Shorty. Those Wyatt Earp.
He's not bad in Get Shorty either.
The Firm.
The Firm's good. Did you bring up Loose Cannons with him and Dan Aykroyd?
No, I have not. No. Yeah, that is true.
You're right. Or what was the
Welcome to Mooseport?
Mooseport with him and Ray Romano.
Yeah. Yep. Runaway Jury was the one.
He was still. Okay. Here's one. I brought it up to
like he did like 5 movies in 2001. Like most of them were crap, but he just did.
I don't know if Grace is like this, but Laura's like this with things. Like obviously she'll relate the actors to what she knows them from or what she's seen more. And so she hasn't watched Hoosiers. Like, she's probably seen Unforgiven, but that's not a movie she watches a lot. She knows Gene Hackman from a movie that she watches a lot. That's like a comfort movie from back in the day. And what is the name of it? It's, I should have looked this up before. It's with Jennifer Love Hewitt. And he plays this old, hold on. I'm going to find it real quick. It's Jennifer.
Grace likes that I can do that. Like she'll ask, "What do I know this person from?" I'm like, "You probably know him from this." And now that I think about it, I'll bet she has not watched a single Gene Hackman movie.
Yeah, not a single one.
I'll bet she hasn't. I mean, Hoosiers has definitely been on in our house, and she might have caught a few minutes of it. But
I got you. I'm gonna find the name of this real quick. It is Heartbreakers with Sigourney Weaver. Yeah, it's Sigourney Weaver. It's Jennifer Love Hewitt. It's Gene Hackman, Jason Lee, Ray Liotta.
Hell yeah, Jason Lee, baby.
But,
yeah.
But like Sigourney Weaver plays this like she's trying to get Gene Hackman's this old like smoking mogul that's about to die. And she's just trying to get his money from him, but he just plays it up. Like you said, like he just goes into every role he gets to. You get the perfect version of that from Gene Hackman. Yeah.
God, he's so good. That sucks, man. Like truly, I guess Clint Eastwood would be in that next, like really super old, so revered. I mean, him and Pacino and De Niro. Pacino and De Niro are both in their 80s, right? So
yeah.
Fuck. It's just too bad. Not that he was going to do another movie. Welcome to Mooseport
No.
was his last movie 20 years ago. Like Clint
Yeah,
Eastwood,
he's
who
been done.
knows? He might just do another movie next year.
That's true. Or at least direct one.
De Niro's going to do some bullshit fucking grandpa movie next year. Like, that's sad. I'm glad he won't get remembered for that, but it is kind of sad how some of these careers tail off. But goddamn. All right. So what is your favorite then?
Out of all of them?
Gene Hackman. All right. Give me your favorite, because it might be two different things. Give me your favorite Gene Hackman movie and your favorite Gene Hackman performance.
We've talked about them both. It would be Hoosiers for the movie.
Okay.
And it's him in Mississippi Burning for performance. Because he is just
That's
so
pretty good.
like the whole movie as a whole, the cast is all of it is great. Even like Willem Dafoe as the other agent there, it's all great. But yeah. Or probably Unforgiven.
Great.
I mean, not The Replacements. I don't know why you threw that out there.
He's fine in The Replacements. He's fine. That's a good comfort movie.
That's Keanu's time to shine. It's The Replacements.
He's pretty good in that. Again, he just like handles it so he doesn't do like some real big grandiose speech like Pacino does in Any Given Sunday. Like he doesn't have like a huge character development or anything. He's just an old guy who used to be a coach, right? He does the Tom Landry look.
Mm-hmm.
He's come kind of back in the game. He's a replacement just like the players. And he fucking nails it. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I really appreciate from Gene Hackman. Like what we kind of just talked about. Like he knows it's not a huge blockbuster movie, but he's like, you know what? This can be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like this could be good. I mean, it's got fucking, Keanu Reeves in it and stuff.
That's about it.
And yeah, the guy from Snatch is in it.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he is.
John Favreau, the guy who looks like John Favreau.
No, it is John Favreau. I'm pretty sure.
It is John Favreau?
It's John Favreau.
Sure, yeah. The guy from The Office plays the deaf tight end, the guy who plays Roy in The Office. But he just does great with it, just like Hoosiers. I mean, Hoosiers at least has Dennis Hopper too. But that movie is Gene Hackman, by the way. I don't think there's a single scene without Gene Hackman in it.
No,
so yeah, my favorite would also be Hoosiers. Like there so many great movies. And performance, because you asked, is probably
French Connection's good too.
It's probably French Connection is my first thought, but I really like him in the conversation too.
See, that's one that I know I need to watch. You've told me to.
It's and I've probably said this, but it's not like it's I mean, I hate to sound like this, but it's not a movie that would get made today just because it's kind of a slog for most of it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're really into, like, it's not one you can have on in the background, or doing work. Like you have to be in tune to it because it all kind of builds up to this last 20 minutes, which is like one of the great last 20 minutes. And
maybe I'll watch that this weekend.
History film. You should, man. It's probably on Paramount Plus.
Okay. I'm going to hunt that
Prime.
down.
I don't know, man. Yeah. But I mean, to close this out, there's this guy, Stephen Hayden, who does a lot of, he's written a bunch of books about music, but does movie and TV stuff as well. And he, like 5 years ago, he wrote this article and he said, I have now pronounced Gene Hackman as the greatest actor of all time. He said, I watched every movie he was in, and I can unequivocally say he's the greatest actor ever. And I'm like, fuck yeah. I would love to watch every movie that he's been in.
Maybe
there's not many guys. Gene Hackman, Jack Nicholson, probably Clint Eastwood too. It's kind of like, I kind of like the genre he's in. I would watch all of their movies, all of them, and every Sydney Sweeney movie too.
Everyone, Madam Web again.
We got that as a trivia question last night.
Nice.
In the category of Razzies, it was like, what 2024 Marvel film got nominated for worst picture and worst actress to Dakota Johnson.
And you knew it.
Hell yeah. I mean, there's only like 4 movies she's been in.
That's true.
And I've seen 2. That and that awful reality movie.
Oh, yeah.
About Reality Winner, which they're making another movie about her. It's like, she's not that interesting. And then what? The rom-com that people actually really liked with Glenn Powell.
Yeah, but I don't remember the name
she
of that
just did that horror movie. And she's coming out with another one soon where she plays like a wrestler or something. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Zach, thank you. Thank you for helping me memorialize the great Gene Hackman.
Of course.
Eugene Hackman, as some would call him. I maybe I need some more time to think about it. Maybe we'll do a Mount Rushmore at some point, but he could well be the greatest actor ever to live. Thank you guys for tuning in. High noon Eastern time every day, every weekday. Okay, here on YouTube and then wherever you get your podcast. Get involved in the comment section. Let me know what you think about Gene Hackman. Is he the best actor ever? Is this going to be the best Red Sox prospect pool ever? Are the Patriots just going to be ass forever? Let me know down in the comments below. And we'll be back here high noon Eastern time tomorrow. We'll see you then on The Cam Show.
Transform your workspace with Hanomi Ergonomics. From adjustable chairs to standing desks, we provide solutions for comfort and productivity, whether at home or in the office. Improve your posture, reduce strain, and work smarter. Visit us at hanomi.co today. That's HINOMI.co today. Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internix. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internix.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today. Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com. Tusains, we understand that maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. That's why our mission is to make fitness accessible to everyone, anywhere. Committed to excellence, we adopt a user-centric approach guided by ergonomics and medical science. With a team of seasoned professionals in R&D, design, and manufacturing, we prioritize quality across our entire product line. Visit Tusains.com today and start your journey to better health. That's TOUSAINS.com.